Hello, how are you? I'm in the wreath making workshop. Today we're going to be making an arrangement using an Easter basket. So if you are new, I am Julie Siomacco, owner of Southern Charm Wreaths, where we teach you the art of wreath making and faux floristry. So all of the flowers that I'm going to be using today are artificial silk flowers. I've never made this arrangement before, so just come with me and let's see if we can figure it out together, okay? An Easter basket, high bath, we got from Hobby Lobby, like last year, I think. And I filled it with the desert foam. And then I added some moss on top, or some green grass, if you will, on top. Now, if you wanted to weight this, which would probably be a good idea, you could put some rocks in the bottom of it. I've done sand and bags before, so you could put something underneath your desert foam and it will give it a little bit of weight. But I didn't do that for this video. We're just trying to play around and have fun with flowers. So if you wanted to make this a little bit more substantial, and you know the heavier things weigh, the more people think it costs. So if you're doing this at a craft show, you might want to add a little more weight. I'm going to go ahead and cut here at the bottom. Let's cut this off. Okay, so it's got a little moss going on it. Let's see here. Let's get it all untangled. All these are wired. Where's everybody watching from? Tell me below. I love seeing we're all over the world. We get people. Try not to poke my eyes out. I think we're going to go this way. All right, let's trim it a little bit shorter. And then I'm going to glue it in. I'm going to glue it right in front of that little branch. I mean, that little handle. This is a very inexpensive basket. Doesn't have a lot of weight. All right, so that's what I have so far. Can you see just a little bit of a branch action going on? Maybe I need to move this. Look, this is what we made in our Wreath of the Month Club group just today. So this is something that we designed. We do these, you know, we've got a tutorial just about every week. Isn't that pretty? Like just a real fun Easter teardrop swag. We've got some little bunny rabbits in it, some Easter eggs on a pink base. That's just so fun. See if I move that out of the way. Maybe you can see the arrangement just a tad bit more. Okay, so I have a little branch right there. And I think I'm going to go ahead and add one a little bit lower. All right, I think I'm done. I think I'm done for right now. We can add more later, but let me get this out of the way. Okay, let's get some blue flower action going on. So we've got these dainty little blue silk flowers, all right? And I always shape them before using them. And I'm going to go ahead. Do I want to put it underneath? Let's get this going. So we're going to get a little glue. Okay, hopefully I left enough room for some tulips that I want to put over there. Isn't that fun? Okay, we've got some action going on over the side. It's going to be asymmetrical, I guess. I'm just trying to let it flow through to me, y'all. Just trying to feel it. I know I want to put some yellow tulips. Oh my gosh, that's going to be cute. All right, so all I'm doing is I'm paying attention to where I want my color, all right? So that's how I determine like where to insert on the foam. So I want my color to fall right about here, and then I'm going to try to gauge it from there. I think I'm going to take off these. leaves. All right, we can't take this off. So what I think I'm going to do is cover it with moss. If you can see it right here, it's just where that leaf was, and I can't get it like off. So my idea is to try to mask it. All right, so let's put a little glue on here. Cover that with some moss. All right, going back to my arrangement where I want my flower. Probably didn't even need it. It was kind of low. Could have been a little taller. Let's give a little length on that. Okay, try that again. All right, we've got yellow right there, the tulip. Let's do this one. Right there. I think I'm going to put it on the other side of the handle. All right, we've got that one over here. Okay, let's look at the back real quick. I'm going to do one over on this side. Okay, so I'm just trying to get some spacing. And then I'm going to do one right there. So do you see where the yellow florals land? I'm going to go ahead and take off this one too. Where did I say? Right there. Okay. That looks good. Let's do one right here in the middle. If you like working with silk flowers, give us a follow. Okay, so this is, I'm just trying to practice the principles and elements of floristry as much as I can using, silk flowers. Try not to break my foam because it's desert foam. And I've got my glue strings. All right, I'm just going to move this more towards the center. All right, do you see the spacing of that? I like it. It's very like wild. Wild. All right, now let's do a little more floral. Do I have another one of these? Let's see. All right, I think we're done with the tulips for now. Let's do a little more blue. All right, so here I'm going to come over on this side. I don't know, it's just speaking to me that it needs to go out a little more. I'm just trying to give that a little bit more space. And then we're going to come down here, get that to go that way. I like that. We can always make things shorter if we just decided that we went a little too rogue on the side. Okay, that's looking chef's kiss, isn't that what they say? I like it. Now what, Julie? Now what? All right, we need to like focus on the next, area, the side on the other side. All right, so I do have this, which is definitely giving me like it belongs in this arrangement somehow. Let's go ahead and divide it. All right, so it has all of these little sprays and stems and little bits of flowers. Okay, and I'm gonna divide, just pull it apart. Y'all, I'm self-taught, just having fun. I started out of my house on my kitchen table making wreaths, and then I took over a little bit of the garage as I started my business. Reluctantly, my husband did not want to give up some of the garage. So I was on a card table in my garage, and then we ended up buying a new house with a 3-car garage so I could take over even more space. And then we moved into this warehouse. So I've it's kind of like, it's just created a little mind of its own. It's just taken over. So I feel so blessed. And you guys have gone along with me on the ride and the journey. It has just been so fun, so amazing what God can do. When you just take a chance, just get out of your comfort zone, get out of your head, like me right now in my head about this design. I'm going to keep this one low. So this is the thing, y'all. We went high on this side, and I'm going to go low over here. But I want to also balance it for visual scale. So we're going to bring this low right here. Okay, so there's a couple of things you can do when you're inserting your foam and you want it to be pretty much horizontal, all right? Let's see. Can you see that? So what I could do is I could take some U-pins or some pieces of trash from my trash can and then just clamp it down into the foam, or you can stick it into the foam and then bend it. So this is desert foam, so it's not going to be as forgiving as styrofoam is. So I'm just going to wing it and just stick it in that way. Let's see if I came over far enough. I did. And I am eyeballing. If you want to take out a, tape measure or whatever, you're just trying to get it even as far on one side as you went on the other. Okay. All right, so that's looking cute. And we've got now we've got some blue down here. I like that. All right, where are we going with this? All right, so we have this piece. Then I'm going to go that way, I think. Let's see where I'm paying attention to where I want my greenery to fall. I'm just going to mark it with my finger real quick. And then be careful not to break your foam when you bend it. Okay, so we've got that. I can always trim up later. Like if I think these things are way too far out, I can always come back and just give them a little snip. Give them a little snip. All right, here's this piece. Let's just cut this a little bit more. I know some people join us in our Wreath of the Month Club group and they had never thought to cut their stems before. And I just want to let you know, just like a florist, you can cut, bend, shape anything, any flower that you need to. All right, so you see how I have a little more height right there. Okay, I'm just going to pop these right here. Or even artificial flowers, they just help with your mood. And then what about yellow? I mean, my gosh, yellow is so happy. Sunny and happy. All right, so we got that one over there. And it was just that one. I think I'm just going to do the one. Y'all, I'm loving this. Y'all like how it's shaping up? It's very, it's not, so far I'm loving that it's not stuffy. It's, you know, got that airiness to it. I think I'm going to keep this because we can add accents later. All right, now what do we want? All right, so we've got to figure out the center. I do have a little bird's nest. Oh yes. So see how all I did is added it up here. And if it just like really excites me, I'm like, I'm going with it. Like that is super cute. Now a bird's nest typically is flat, right? So I'm going to try to keep it as flat as I can, but I still want to be able to see it. So we're just going to give it a little angle. I think I'm going to try to use some stems out of the trash. These are what we took off of our tulips. You can use wooden floral picks if you have them, which I have behind me, but I know sometimes you guys don't like to just buy all the things. Let me unrelease that on the side. All right, so I'm going to use these to secure my nest. All right, so I want it right there. I'm going to dip my stems into the glue. Try to give it a little height. There it goes. I want it to go through the foam. All right, now I'm going to do another one. And this time I'm going to try to angle it more. Let's give this a little angle cut. Maybe it'll help us out a little bit. So I want to angle it this way. You hear the crunch? That's what I want, that crunch. All right, so right now we've got the stems, the little sticks, right, are still showing. And I'm just going to cut those back. Okay, and then, did I use all the moss? Rats. I'm just going to cover up that little glue. I don't want to cover up too much of the wreath, of the nest. So I'm going to make a little ball and then cut back some of that. All right, so there's that little, you see how we can see the little stems inside? And if you look in the back, There's like about 2 inches difference on the height. I think I'm going to go ahead and add some eggs. I do have these blue eggs I thought would look really pretty. Wonder if I can go through the foam. Let's do that. We've got 2 eggs. So we've got little bird's nest. Oh, it's so sweet. You know, I should have gotten some, oh, I might have some butterflies. Won't that be fun? So let's go ahead and put some greenery in it. All right, so we have this little bit of eucalyptus. And what I'm trying to do, when I decide like where to put something, I place it around, and whenever, like I said, whenever something just is like, oh yeah, I really like that. So right now I'm thinking it's going to go right here for this one. I like that. Okay, so we have a little more green over here. And then I think this one, feels very heavy over here. I think I'm going to take it to the back. Let's go ahead and have this one stand straight up. So now we've filled in a little more area behind the basket. Okay, that's the other thing I was going to say. Whenever you're making your arrangements, if you can incorporate the container somehow into your arrangement, it really makes it look like one piece, right? A whole piece. So I incorporated like the arch over the handle, and now I want to incorporate like the yellow into it, and then start to incorporate some of my greenery to flow out from behind, around the leading edge of it. All right, so I do have this. Let me just keep, I'm going to keep adding greenery. I feel like I want to shape it with the greenery. I like to mix the greeneries. So we might not have all the same, like a little bit, ooh, that's really cute. So a couple snips here of this, a couple of snips of something else. I feel like that's what makes it look realistic. But what I was saying, like florists, they mix it up, you know what I mean? They have little pieces of this and little pieces of that. And even though they're fresh flowers, I think that to me, that's just what makes this look more realistic, is if I can also mix in all right, so we've got some hops over there. I'm going to put a little piece of hops back on this side. All right, I just made these real small. See how we're starting to fill in with the greenery. I'm going to come in the middle. All right, let's see where we want this. Yeah, right there is good. All right, so you see how it's starting to close in a little bit on the side, in the middle? And I do encourage everyone in our Wreath of the Month Club to try to emulate like the shape or the style. It doesn't have to be, you know, the exact same thing. You don't have to duplicate exactly. You come and get some design ideas so that you can make them your own. All right, this is going to go in the back, but these are pushers, so I can push this one up and down. I think I'm going to push this up. Give a little space. The more experienced you get with your designs, the more you can charge. It's like going to a hair salon. You know, the people who have been there for years are going to cost more than the person who just started last weekend. You know what I mean? All right, so I put a little of that greenery. See how I'm just peppering in different types of greenery. Yes, for sure. Whenever you learn the principles and elements of floristry, it comes together so much quicker. It looks, you know, it doesn't look like everybody's just shoved or you've shoved things in. We all start somewhere though, you know. My first designs are nothing like what they are now. Always, always make your artificial flowers look real by giving them that shape. Like, take the time to give it that bend. Okay, that looks good. You see how that like is still very airy, but it's filling in with the green. All right, here we go. So this, just going to start adding. I'm going to put a pink. This is long, so I'm just going to go back here on the back side. Okay, do you see how tall it is? So you need to come down with another little piece right there to just bring it in to the arrangement. So I think I'm going to do this little piece. Let's trim that off. I just want one. Okay, so we've got that little pink back there. And here's this one. This was kind of long too. All right, I'm going to divide. Okay. That looks cute. I think I'm going to go back to my yellow, little yellow pieces. Just doing a little bit. All right, so we see how we have like just some more yellow on this side. Okay, and then it's going to be airy. It's going to keep that airiness, but it's going to balance the yellow. I think I'm going to take this one out. Oh, I even have this little Easter bunny. That might get hidden. I mean, it doesn't look bad. The little bunny. What do you think? Keep the bunny or remove it? It doesn't look bad. All right, let's get our little butterfly on. Keep, remove, keep, remove. All right, so we've got that butterfly right there on the little handle. So we're just going to put a wooden floral pick around this butterfly. You might want to make sure that when you're choosing the front of the basket for the designing, you actually use the front of the basket. So for me, this is the back of the basket, which I made my front because there's the seam. So live and learn, live and learn. We're going to put this one in here. Yeah, somehow I made the front of the basket on the back side. So we've got that little butterfly. So we've got 2 butterflies. You could also fill it in with, put in some white if you wanted a little brightness. I think this would look really pretty. It would give more of a wildflowery look because we've got a lot of wildflowers over here. See how it just, a little pop of white. I'm going to make this smaller. I'm going to give a little shepherd's hook on the end of this stem so it doesn't pop off. That looks so cute. The other thing I have is this very airy fern that looks real pretty. It's just a little bit of another texture without adding bulk. And a little bit of this goes a long way. All right, so this one is long. So I'm going to put this one up here to try to keep that shape. And it's going to help cover that stem up, that fake stem of that ranunculus. So we have one here, and then we have one here. So now I'm going to add one in the front. Super cute. Here's the front. Can you see a shape? I was trying to go for a shape. Looks really cute in person. I've got the blue distributed, I've got the yellow distributed, pink, pops of pink. I've got something to like draw your eye in, so I've got the focal. If you enjoy playing with flowers like this, come join us in our Wreath of the Month Club group. LearnToWreath.com and you can learn more information. Don't forget to subscribe and give us, comment below if you have any questions. I know I probably get like hyper focused and I might miss it. So comment below if you have any questions, okay? I'll see y'all next time. Bye.